Hello. Oops. There we go. Otto! Hey! It's nice to see you. Can hear and see you. Thank you so much. Yay! Thanks for letting me know. I always get a bit blindsided by the time for the live streams because I'm like, oh, I have 15 minutes to go. So I start setting up and then I look at the time and it's like there's 1 minute to go and I'm like, where did where did all the other minutes go? What's happening? So yeah. So I'm gonna try to make a complete drawing. Hey Liz, hi. Liz. Hello, hello. I'm a bit unsure about the pose that I drew because it's not related to sort of any character, so I don't really have a plan. I was thinking of doing just a character, but it's a bit easier if it's a character that, you know, exists in a way instead of just, you know, improvising a random character. I find it easier if, say, it's someone from a movie or a Dungeon and Dragons character or something like that. Hey Sean, hello. How is everyone this weekend? I posted a video today. You're gonna be like, you do that regularly? Yeah, I do, but it's kind of a new thing to post one on Saturdays too. And I want to try posting 2 per week because otherwise my to-do list just keeps getting longer and I don't really make any headway on it. How is Adventure Cat these days? Oh, is he? He's adventuring, I guess. I guess I could be drawing Adventure Cat in the same pose. In the same pose. Hey, Lena, hello. I don't usually sketch directly with graphite, but if I use anything else, I don't think you'll be able to see. I'm not even sure you'll be able to see the graphite considering. cat in a cup. What do you mean a cat in a cup? Do you guys have all your drinks, your snacks? Your sketchbooks? Sorry. I don't know if it was allergies or if I caught a bug of some sort, but it's been a weird week of like throat and respiratory issues. So I don't know what's up with that. Just water, no snack. Aw. Are you all out of freeze-dried strawberries? I have my dinner. It's 8 p.m. here. What's for dinner? Citrus soda. Oh, that sounds good. I'm thinking what I want to paint today. Oh, I'm a lot of calories for this. Ah, bummer. Oh my gosh. Raisin hater. That's been a long time. Robin Hood the cat or Yarida? It's supposed to be the hold on. Adventure cat. Do I have Adventure Cat in here? I'm thinking I should. Oh yeah, there you go. That's Adventure Cat. Started as this little doodle, and then I made a series of illustration with this guy, and he became something. I mean, I say he, but I never really decided or cared or anything. It's just an orange cat that goes on adventures. Chicken and vegetable. Oh, that sounds good. definitely looks like Robin Hood again. Oh yeah, the Disney movie where Robin Hood is a fox. I just got a kitten. She's a Seal Point Siamese. She's tiny. We named her Luna. Oh, that's adorable. She's a Seal Point Siamese, but she's a baby, so she's gotta be pretty light still. It's so funny how like color point kitties will get darker as they age. It still blows my mind that the main guy in Robin Hood Men in Tights is the blonde guy. He's also the guy in The Princess Bride. And I might be confused. Hold on. Guillaume. Le gars qui jouait à Robin des Bois et Roi en collant.
Carrie Hughes.
Carrie Hughes. C'est lui qui jouait dans l'espèce de film de Tarzan, vraiment creepy, il jouait le bad guy.
Je pense que oui.
C'était tellement creepy ça. Il y avait la pire dague du monde, tu sais, qui faisait comme schwink, schwink. Puis j'étais comme.
Je m'en rappelle pas.
On m'a marqué. Okay, so I checked. And it's Carrie Hughes, and he's in that live action Tarzan movie from the 90s. He was the bad guy, that was so weird. She's barely 3 pounds. Oh, a tiny baby. Haven't watched Saw. Hate horror movies. I used to be unable to watch horror movies until some sort of abstract point in my life where I was suddenly able to watch all of them, and I liked them.
C'était The Jungle Book.
Oh, c'était The Jungle Book. Oh, ouais, c'est vrai. C'était pas Tarzan, c'était Mowgli.
Ouais, Captain William Boone.
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 Alright, I misspoke. It's not a Tarzan movie, it's a Jungle Book movie. He was the bad guy in Twister. Oh my gosh. He played more bad guys than good guys. What's up with that?
C'est Lena Headey.
Qui faisait qui?
Ça a l'air de Tarzan, là, mais elle jouait le love interest de Mowgli, qui était joué par Jason Scott Lee.
Jason Scott Lee, c'est-tu un Hawaïen? Islander? C'est quoi son background?
Ok, il n'y a pas de relation avec Bruce Lee. Mais... Hawaiian Chinese descent. Also, Ev. I'm waiting with bated breath. What's up? I still don't like them, but some are worth watching, like that series with Vera Farmiga. I'm not familiar with it. He was the evil stepfather in Georgia Rule with Lindsay Lohan and Jane Fonda. I haven't seen that one either. You know, in Elementary, the old guy who works at... Yeah, Alistair. Some guy in Robin Hood Men in Tights that gets challenged to a duel. Dude, it's been so long since I've seen Men in Tights.
And trivia. I probably only saw it in French. Oh, the Rottinghamshire. No way. I can't look at my phone. My phone is my camera right now. Well, I'm so bummed out though. That poor guy, Alistair, he passed, and I was like, oh, that's why he was no longer in the series, I think. The Conjuring. I haven't seen the Conjuring ones. It's one of the few series I haven't seen. Well, I mean, yet. I haven't seen a lot of it, but I've been catching up. Just look it up. He was Sheriff of Rottingham. Yeah, it was so sad. It was so sad. I was I was so bummed out. I had asked a question in a comment on your meeting. Hold on, maybe I saw? Oh yeah, that! I thought I had answered that one. But I don't know exactly how YouTube comments, you know, when someone comments something and someone replies to that comment, I'm not quite sure who gets the, like, if I reply to the comment, who gets a notification for that. But yeah, I think I replied, but I can reiterate here, I don't mind. Do you usually keep your windsc cup and such on the left side of yourself? It seems I do. It's not something that I made a conscious decision of doing. I think it just happened. And I was thinking about it after reading your question. I was trying to figure out why did I sort of naturally do that. And I think it's because usually when you work flat, like on a table like this, if I have my stuff on the right, I don't have space for my arm. Or I'm gonna put my arm right smack in the paint. So I think that's why I put everything to the left, because that's the side that is not gonna have any, like, traffic. Does that make sense? And I've never really questioned it. I've always kept my stuff more on the left. And yeah, it's not very, I feel like it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't know. I sent you a picture of Luna on your Instagram DM. Oh, I remember! Yeah, she was a bean. A little baby bean. Yeah, sometimes I struggle with matching usernames to people, but I remember the photo. I have a good memories for a good memory for cats. Not for people's face or names or anything, but cats. I usually do somewhat okay with cats, and I don't have any kind of reference for bows here, so it's probably going to be a very terrible bow. Hey, Lyra, hi. Or I could, instead of trying to make it fancy, if I keep it super basic, I think there's less chance of me just making it into a nonsense bow. I think that's easier, but it's still very sort of not very well balanced visually.
It's an interesting decision. I usually put the rinse cup on the right and everything else on the left. Somehow this way I don't rinse my brush and my drink as it's on the left too. You're right about how coloring your face and stuff is much darker. It's really funny how the color point kitties, they get so much darker with time. To the point that a very old Siamese, like Seal Point Siamese, they're almost more brown than, you know, the lighter color. You can kind of tell how old they are just by the the darkness of the coloring. Let me see if the twisting doesn't bother you, but for me that's the fattest way. Yeah, I don't. You know, I mean, you asked the question and it gave me pause because I've I've never really thought about it. Hold on. Whoa, I need to readjust on the stool. The only thing I have with the stool is that I'm so short that like my legs are short, so I would need some sort of booster for my feet to be fully, like, I kind of have to sit a bit forward so that my feet are on the ground, so it kind of digs into my butt. Anyway, yeah, let's say I'm painting. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 6'4" with sciatica. Why are so many people so tall? I am so short. Why? I don't like it. I am 5 feet nothing. I'm stubby. But yeah, since I'm short, also, like, I prefer to have the desk easel because it's much better for posture. But even if I don't have it, I guess I'm not that curved up because I'm so short that there's less of me to curl up over the table, I guess. Yeah, I still get tension headaches, so I'm short compared to most men. How? How? Aw, it's okay. We'll sit over here in the short people's corner where everything is made for short people. The tables are lower, the seats are lower. There's available footrests. What else? Everything, like the seats are made to fit under the table without catching on the armrests. What else? I think that's it. Some tables are so tall, like you sit on them and you feel like you can rest your chin right on the top of the table. I sometimes wish I was shorter than... Oh, give me some. I'll take it. Give it to me. I don't know, we are goofy giants from the Arctic. Are you from Alaska? Arctic? Yeah, Arctic is the one up top, right? Geography. Oh my gosh. Everything is from so long ago. I'm also rather small, at least in my mother's side of the family. Well, I mean, I would take that. That's still 17 centimeters taller than I am. I'll take it. I'll take it. The only redeeming thing that I found recently that made me feel a bit less annoyed at being so short is that there's at least one company that now offers pants in size extra short. They have regular, they have short, they have tall, and they have extra short and extra tall. And I'm like, thank you so much. Finally a pair of pants that I don't clean the floors with. I can't stand that. If my pants like drag on the floor, no, gross, yuck. Gladly will send it over. It's so hard to find a partner. I mean, probably not that hard. I mean, I feel like most of the guys, like 50% of the guys I know, are. I'm short. Everyone is taller than me, but you know what I mean. Like, I have friends that are short kings, but I have friends that are giants. So, No, my family immigrated. Oh, awesome! Oh, Viking giants. What do they call it? Jotun. Is that what happened? I had one as a kid. She was 8+ years old, was practically black. Her eyes stayed blue though. If you ask me, she was just as pretty. Oh, absolutely. I feel like if people don't like it, that the issue is with them, not with the cat. The cat is just, you know, being a cat. Intercoastal Carissa, hello. Hey, it's nice to see you. I don't know about Vikings. They were all blacksmith. I mean, Vikings needed blacksmiths, so you could actually be both. Do I have a ruler? Do you guys have this issue of, like, you have a substantial, impressive amount of art supplies, but the one you need is never nearby? I feel like that's always the case, regardless of what I do. If I need something, I know I have a bajillion of them somewhere, but they're never near me. My boyfriend was so over that floofy orange. he was so, that's such a nice, floofy, handsome, gorgeous cat, Lyra. Kind of want to continue family tradition, but for that my partner should be starting somewhere after 6'4". What's the family tradition? To what's the word I'm looking for? To, you know, when you're being taller than everybody else. I'm 5'10" and always lost all men. I mean, Mr. E is 6'3". I did it. I love you videos. I have to change my... Oh, oh, good luck with that. I hope it's not a full overhaul. That takes a while. Okay, so speaking of, this is, I hope this won't be deemed too gross for some people. I don't think it's gross. It's just, you know, kitty litter. I'm not going to go into details. I just want to talk about kitty litter just for a second. So we have 2 cats. At some point, Peko, the orange, I have one brain cell one, had issues with the litter we were using. So she would not use the litter box. She would use, you know, other places, which is, you know, not ideal. We eventually got a second box. We put her on a different type of litter and she's fine now. That's good. But the thing is, the other cat, Scout the Tortie, she was on the original litter we were using, and it was supposed to be one of those litter that's not dusty. But freaking lie, it's the dustiest thing to have ever dust. And it would static to her paws, and it was this corn-based thingy that would still agglomerate. So the dust that she had on her paws, if her paws were wet, it would turn into glue. Yeah, not great. So we got fed up with that, like cleaning up the dust everywhere and the glue, and she was fed up with it, so we switched to a clay-based one. And this whole setup is to bring me to this point, just to say that, holy moly, clay-based litter is so freaking heavy. It's so heavy. Wow. It's the first time we have a really, really heavy litter, and it kind of took us by surprise. It was like, whoa, okay, so this is not kidding. This is legit, like, you're gonna hurt yourself carrying it home. I see. I'm sorry, Bastet, I'm sorry. Oh, males are always way taller than... Especially fun is my little sis who's 5'3". My mom is 5'11" and I bet. What? Forever awkward? How is that awkward? At least they're somewhat matched. They don't have more than a foot of difference in height. My fav is world's best cat litter. It's screen based but very low tracking. I'll take notes. I don't think I've seen it. Our world's our local like pet supply store. Really, they try really hard to stock up on products that are made either in this province or in Canada. So unless that one is also made sort of in Canada, I'm not sure I'll be able to find it, but it's always good to know. My ex was 6'5" and I was 5'3". Oh my gosh. I don't know, because you just stand out in public. At the same time, you can see everything. Like, your field of view is not just a really long series of butts. It's gotta be great. I told my son I'm the reason he's only 6'2". Oh, just that? Oh my gosh. Yeah, both my parents are or were quite short. So I never expected to be tall, but yeah, I took more after my very short mom than my mid-height dad. There are so many perks to being tall. They're probably gonna say that there are so many perks to being small, but yeah, the grass is always greener and all that. Oh yeah, the view though, that's the reason I'm not wearing heels. I mean, you would, if you were wearing heels, you would have a really clear view of everything. My ex-family is huge. Yeah, I can relate to that. I've had similar experiences, and you kind of always feel a bit like, you know, one of these things is not like the others, and it can be really weird at times. Oh my god, totally. Did you sell your illustrations? Sometimes, yeah. I also have commissions. It's unfair. Oh yeah, we like our physiognomy doesn't need heels, really, for most people anyway. And me, hi, hello.
It's nice to see you. I keep hitting my pop filter. I'm so sorry. I'm almost done with my coffee, so. I'm gonna take a few seconds to stretch and pick up some post-its because I'm gonna try to ink this one. Also gonna bring my water bottle closer, stretch some more. Okay, I was curious because, oh, well, thank you. I know this is something that is not particularly always well received, but I think that with art, it's mostly about skills than talent, truly. Because what kind of helps you get better at it is doing it a lot. It's not like, I don't think I know of any people that were always really good, you know. Does that make sense? I think you write books with your illustrations, if you thought about that. Like an image tells a story. I feel like the balance is off. If I ink it and the balance is off, I'm not gonna enjoy that mistake. I want coffee too, but my favorite coffee shop is in a neighboring town, and I'm not feeling the drive. Ooh, do they sell like the grounds? Can you buy the grounds and make your own coffee? Oh, you should write books. I mean, writing books is kind of difficult. I also want coffee now. Why not? I mean, mine was a decaf. I try to only have one caffeinated coffee per day because, ooh, that's not it's not always easy to wean off at the end of the day, even with melatonin. Is that a bit more? Paulo, hey. Trying to decide if it's a gouache or watercolor mood. Ooh. I've seen a lot of mentions of gouache lately. I think it's gonna sort of trend back in. Including that really stupid email I received that made me roll my eyes so bad. They were like, it was in French, but was it French? No, it was in English. I get both. And they were like, oh, gouache is not just for kids. And I was like, oh, are we really doing that? Are we? Practice, yeah, so much practice. So many terrible drawings and paintings and mistakes. That's the hardest bit, is like, like failing awfully at times and being fine with it. Being like, okay, well, that's just today. Tomorrow should be better, right? Right? Right. I think that's a bit more balanced. No, I think that's less balanced on the other way. Bugger. That's the issue with traditional art. It's so difficult to... I can't flip it. Or if I flip it, this is what I see. Very helpful. I think that works. What do you guys think? Does that work? Does that look somewhat balanced to you? Or is the character still looking like it's falling on one side? It's watercolor mood for me, 4 pages to finish good book. Ooh! Do you know what's the next one in line? I have medium commitment. Well, I mean, you seem to be sticking to watercolor or gouache. They're close enough that I know that the approach is not the same, but in terms of setup, you don't necessarily need to completely overhaul your setup to use one or the other. Yeah, they do, but I am lazy in that way and like my coffee. You should show some of your mistakes. It would help newbies' morale. I mean, I don't particularly hide my mistakes. Gouache is difficult for me. It's like the complete opposite of watercoloring technique, but in some way quite similar. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a weird one to figure out. I'm just trying to take breaks from my drawing just to try it so that when I look back at it, I can see if I'm ready to ink it somewhat. Ugh, I cut a whiff of my old coffee. Hold on. I can't do old coffee smell. I just can't. It's gross. It's so gross. The only one that's worse than that, it's old yogurt. Blech. I've been doing pen and ink with Sumi Wash the past week, but I miss color. I mean, you can combine them too. Is your Sumi ink waterproof? It would show them that you're not always going to be happy with your work, but that you should keep. I mean, there's so many pieces that I make for videos and whatnot that I'm not very happy with, but they're still there in the video. So it's just so relative, because what I'm not happy with might not register the same for other people. Should I make the tail poofy, like a scared cat? Or is this more of a badass cat mood? I think it's more of a badass cat mood. So I'm gonna make a few hairs stand out.
I'm glad that your art of your creative slump, I guess playing with the whole... that has inspired me. I don't think I'm fully out yet. Because it's still difficult to find ideas. But it's a bit better, that's for sure. Watercolor is the most difficult for me by far. It's so easy to overwork. Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think if I have tips that I've seen for not overworking. I think that in general, regardless of the medium you use, if you stick to a larger brush, there's less chance of overworking. It's like how my mom was the best cook ever, but she never thought she was as good as her mom. Yeah, kind of. In case of mistakes, Naples yellow watercolor is... Hey, Galgos, hi! Gouache is very forgiving, but I could see painting opaquely being a challenge. I think gouache is forgiving to an extent, because it reactivates. So you sort of... I mean... I find it hard to say because it's something that is so dependent on how a person uses a medium. It's just like... Some people will be able to do really realistic stuff with gouache and have no idea how to do it. I know that for me, the struggle is that if you get too finicky, you're going to reactivate the colors underneath. So you can't really layer as much. She was so good that on Sundays people would happen to be... Let's just go with this. Okay.
try to just clean up a bit before inking. It's way too easy to be distracted and then you ink up the wrong thing. My motto for mistakes is just to leave it and work around it. We all make mistakes. Learning and accepting it. Yeah, exactly. I kind of have a really similar mindset. If it's something that I can sort of work with within the painting, I'll try to either like make it work or use it as an opportunity to try methods for quote unquote fixing it. But if there's a mistake, I just try to finish it and then move on to the next drawing and not repeat the mistake. That would be upset because that meant you can have second helping. Oh my gosh. Yeah, same. I'd rather just spam fresh attempts than keep. Yeah, that's often when you can end up overworking something by trying to fix it and fix it and fix it. But I feel like more often than not, when we try to fix something, that doesn't mean that we know what we're doing. So, like, there's a difference between fixing something you know you can fix versus workshopping how to fix something. Oh, this is the most stressful moment. I think I go, oh no, Otto! Oh no! I'm so sorry, I hope you feel better soon. Ah, stupid stomach. You need some a ginger herbal tea. Oh, this is the stressful bit. Oh, Alexandra, hey! Long time no see. How I can use more or less? What do you mean? That's why I love working in sketchbook so much. Always try there first before going first step. Yeah, sketchbooks are great for like exploration. And also not feeling like something is too precious. Hello, Wildflower. Hey.
That's the point. I'm so eager to start a new one, but deciding on first painting is pain. You really got the angry cat face. Thank you. My cat was doing that face. Oh no, why? The face is always the most stressful bit, but once the face is done, I feel like I can breathe. And have a bit more sort of fun with the rest of it. That's the face of Robin Hood the cat. I made a nice hardbound sketchbook, and starting that was even worse. It took over a month before I was but you know, you guys know these things are meant to be used. They only get really precious if you use them and put, you know, stuff in them. And it doesn't even have to be good stuff, it just has to be stuff. Our cat was doing the biscuit massage on his lap because she wants to nap. My hubby won't. Long time no see. It's great to be here. My country. Oh yeah. Been doing a lot of watercolors. Yes, very soothing. You can really approach it however you want. Like, it can be a really soothing, more abstract experience, or it can be like a very consuming illustration where you really try to think about what you're doing. The color is good, but old. The color is old but good quality, but hard and dry. You can open up the tube carefully because those can get quite sharp, and then you take out the dry paint and you put it in any kind of container or pan or whatever, and it should reactivate this way. Is there a story behind your Robin Hood cat? It's a adventure cat, and it's basically just a quick doodle that I did. I have just right there. I'll pick it up when I'm. yeah, so I doodled this guy here a long time ago. And then I had to do more illustrations for other reviews, so I kept, you know, putting him into situations and scenes. And he became Adventure Cat. I've been spending hours on Pinterest in search of inspo for the first page. Decided to postpone and... Okay, that's very relatable though. Action paralysis countered by spending Some people suggest starting on the second page or making a title page. I like to make a title page because I can put some info, I can put the date. But, yeah. Right. So that's it. That's gotta dry. I don't think it's quite ready for that one yet. So what am I supposed to do in the meantime? We need a sketch of Adventure Cat eating cheesecake. We would never. I do swatches of the materials I'm going to use in the sketchbook. I love that. I like to do title pages. I don't have any example. My current sketchbook, I didn't do the title page yet. I could sign the drawing. By the way, any advice on acrylic markers? I'm planning on trying Artex one, but I still am hesitant to order them. Which ones? Are they like the felt tip ones that are sort of like more disposable and less like Posca pens? You know, they don't have any kind of pump action. You just use them like you would any kind of markers. They're really nice, those ones, the felt tip ones. The tip... it's not the most long-lived thing ever. If you use them a lot, the very fine tip kind of gets soft quickly. I loved Adventure Cat floating in outer space. I mean, Adventure Cat couldn't be in outer space. He doesn't have a spacesuit. That's Space Cat. Have you tried the Pentel pocket brush? I inked with the Pentel pocket brush for really long, until I found a different kind of brush pen that's sort of less awesome than this one, but that kind of works a bit better for the size of the drawings that I tend to do. For this kind of series of drawings that I do like this, I like to use my carbon pen for the general lines, and then I go back with the Pentel pocket brush for some shading.
But yeah, I love it. I've used one for 20 years. It's refillable, it's waterproof, it's very long lasting, it's inexpensive. It's fairly well behaved. It doesn't bleed, or it's not that, terrible. The ones that look like brush pen, 90 color set. I did a few reviews of these before, yeah. No, but I mean, they're often orange cats, so it's fully understandable to mix them up, but I get bogged down sometimes with the logistics of stuff, like, oh, the somewhat medieval fantasy cat couldn't possibly be in space because they didn't have spacesuit then. Doesn't mean anything. But yeah, so this is a bunch of various doodles I did, and I did this. It's not really spot black because it's kind of very sketchy, but I did all the blacks with the Pentel brush pen, and all the lines with the carbon pen. This one was probably inked with the Pentel brush pen. Yeah, what I like of the other brush pen is that it's just a tiny bit finer. So when I draw small and I want to get into the small details like the eyes, I find it harder to do with the Pentel brush pen. I've been getting into sketching with it, and I said, oh, the Sailor Fruity pens are super fun for sketching, or for inking, mind you. Especially if you use paper that has a bit of a texture. Oh, you can get some great textures with that. Because the way it skips, it is delicious. Like the girl with the scythe. Thank you. That's my most recent one. So yeah, the lines are with the carbon pen, and the black is with the Pentel brush pen. And then it's watercolors on top. That set doesn't have neon colors. That's what I wanted. I wouldn't count on all of them being light fast regardless, because that's often not the focus for these kind of supplies. But yeah, they're really fun. She's awesome. She's my Necromancer Barbie character. My eye is twitchy. Love your kitties, your artistic thumbprint. I love drawing ladies in different historical fashion and culture. Love learning artistry. Have you tried Molotov One for All? I did a long time ago. I was not a big fan of the one I got, I think because of the material of the point. It was those harder plastic ones that can really catch into watercolor paper, and when they catch, they kind of make a mess a bit. Like they spray a bit of ink everywhere. It's just really annoying. Not a big fan of that, as you probably can figure out. Okay, let's see if this is dry, because it should be, because it's not any kind of big ink area. And it didn't bloop. Because sometimes the carbon pen can get a bit weird and drop ink. You don't want that. I love your D&D character design. Oh, thank you so much. So many years of D&D characters. So many years. I spent hours going through reviews as usual for me before ordering something, but new watercolors. Yes. Yes. New watercolors always.
D&D's fun. Are you still playing? Yes. Though not necessarily, you know, the D&D system itself. Mr. E is a bit of an avid fan of TTRPGs. So he's been looking into a lot of different systems. Is that the word for them? Sorry about that. Erasing is always shaky. At least it seems to be somewhat dry, so I think I'm hopefully not gonna smudge anything too much. That's good enough. All right, next, this guy. Everyone, please remember to like the video. Oh, yeah. Anyway, that would be much appreciated if you are having fun. Yeah, Molotov can be tricky. I still love them though. However, I've been specifically... Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, what I like of the Molotov system is that it was one of the very first available that had the option of refills. You could buy like bottles of the ink and refill your markers, and I was like, this is good, finally. Perhaps the one thing that I liked less about the Molotov ones is that they were a bit shiny sometimes. Like the paints. Is that a fancy limited edition? Somewhat. It's an edition they made for a Japanese game. And they were the same price as the regular ones. Like I've had two of the plain black ones. I still have my very first one, plain black one, and then I got a second one when the first one kind of eventually lost its point. And then I saw those limited edition ones, and I thought they were fun. And perhaps a bit more easily identifiable as the current one. You can find sometimes special edition ones on like jet pens. Sometimes it will be just like Japanese patterns on them, or a specific color or something. But it's purely cosmetic. It's not anything different than the plain black one. The orange one, isn't the orange one... It's with black ink too, right? It's not the one with vermilion ink in it. I want some vivid handmade metallic watercolors, but so far they seem very... Everything is expensive though. Hey, Laura! Hello! Hello, hello! Quack crew, let's go! Wait, what? Finally home from work and now I can eat my grinder and... What do you want to eat? Nice to be here with you all ever. Oh, thank you so much. I think it's just an orange body. I'm a San Francisco. Oh. I like the orange one because it's easier to spot. If you have a bunch of black pens tend to be black, but it's like if you want to quickly grab the right one. What does a grinder taste like? Tuna with provolone cheese. What is a grinder? Vermilion ink sounds very fun though. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a really fun color, like this bright red-orange color. Yes, I didn't get my lunch break today, so I'm not doing squat. Very fair. Yep, my favorite color is vermilion. Gives me energy. Understandable. It feels like a really high energy color. I think incidentally, if you look at chroma, it is the warmest color, this kind of color. And the coldest color is a sort of cyan color. So it's a sandwich. I guess so. I love vermilion as well, but I can never settle on the spelling. Well, I mean, with a word like vermilion, I don't think people are gonna, jump at you if you don't spell it right. It's not even spelled the same way in French or in English, so... It is. Grander is what we call it around here. I've heard sub or hoagie. Oh, okay. Okay. The only grinders I know are like a peppermill grinder or the weird app to meet up with people. Well, I say weird app. It's not particularly weird, but pretty sure you can find some weird people on there. These streams always end up making me hungry. Oh no, Otto is gone.
And she didn't ask her weekly question. Dang it. Okay, was confused. Search grinder in Google. Showed me coffee grinders. Not quite the same thing. Not as edible. I feel like a hoagie is very Pennsylvania coded, or perhaps that area. What do you guys call them in your area of the world? I've always called them grinders. It's basically like a long sandwich, and a bread that is a bit like a baguette without the crust, right? We call them submarine here. Submarines, sous-marin. I'm gonna end soon before I mess it up in a way that's unfixable. Alright, that's it. Because they have different names. Okay, so I should say what it is then. Yeah, maybe. I use 782 natural ink watercolor. Oh, neutral. Do you mean neutral tint? A sandwich like a Subway sub. Yes, okay, but this sub is from a local Italian shop, so they use some awesome bread and high quality cheese. Ooh. I feel hungry if you start to we always eventually go around to talking about food. We also have panini, which is a sandwich that is heated. Yeah, and pressed, right? Those are really good. Probably just a sandwich, never tasted or heard of it. Not a lot of American restaurants here. Sandwiches I feel are a bit like dumplings, in the sense that I think every single culture has a form of it. I have yet to find a culture that doesn't have something cooked in a sheet of dough, like dumpling style. You can find a sort of equivalency in every food culture, and I feel like sandwiches have got to be somewhat similar in that aspect. Though perhaps a tiny bit less universal, in the sense that I don't think bread is as commonly spread out maybe now, but not before, as just making a sheet of dough with flour and any kind of flour and water. Oh, please, no food, it's fine. I mean, what about breakfast? Holy smokes, 5 a.m. Whoa. I am in Canada. I don't want to have brekkie. Oh no. I'm visiting family in California. Ooh. I have a lot of authentic Asian food and some of the best boba tea in the country. Taiwanese hot pots are the best. I would be curious to figure out if there's some sort of cuisine that is not well represented in California. I feel like it's such a cosmopolitan area. Like, you have people from all over. Tuna grinder, chicken parm. I wonder why. I mean, same with hoagie. Like, where did those names come from? Oops. Oh, not dry. Okay, fair. I don't want to smudge anything, so you chill. I could maybe work on some color mixes in the meantime, like figure out what colors I'm gonna use. I tend to wing it because like, it's not, if it's commissions, I'm gonna do a color rough digitally to figure out the colors, but if it's just for me, I tend to wing it. But I might don't need any of these. I don't need this anymore either. Go back. Okay. I'm gonna need a paper towel. Again, not a fart. Ouch. And then I need a piece of scrap paper. I just got back from camping and brought home leftover steak. Ooh, wow. It's gonna make a delicious sandwich. I'm looking at ukiyo-e instead of being productive. But it is productive. You're feeding up your brain with ideas and material to draw from. Like, draw literally like drawing, but also to sort of get ideas from. Does that make sense? And I'm gonna be using the palette that you saw in today's video, because why not? toothbrush. Let's go for this one. It was, we also melted, oh, brie cheese over, wow. That's fancy. Bougie camping food, yeah. Very much. Who's the chef? I live on the East Coast, so going over there is a real treat. I'd love to visit Canada. Oh, Quebec. You have to eat, come over here to eat poutine, right? It's not gonna be very different if you are used to the East Coast. Pretty sure the West Coast is a whole lot more different, but I'm pretty sure they don't do poutine right over there. Alright, so the adventure cat tends to have a sort of forest green kind of garment. There you go. Stop moving so much. A bit like that. Paolo popping in with the the food thoughts. To be fair, the crescent rolls were from a pop tube. I mean, still good. You still managed to cook them with a campfire. That's the part that I find mind-blowing. Nope, just brought good food this trip because a friend new to camping. you want them to enjoy camping, not traumatize them with camping. I have spent way too much collecting various courtesan prints. Ooh. Oh yeah, Lena is in here. Do you recognize what I'm holding? If you're still around, of course. So I added some of this here. I use the biscuits from the can too. It's how you make them. Yeah, there are some things that come in a roll. Useful for a dark cat with blue eyes. It's also umbra brown. Oh yeah, definitely. Cerulean blue is a beautiful color for cat eyes. And for skies, I agree. You recognized it? I quite like it so far. I haven't used them a lot, but yeah, they're really nice. The trick is to wrap the whole pan in 2 layers of foil and put upside down over the fire. Oh, that's cool. When millennia ago, when I would go camping with the family, my parents would use a little Coleman camping stove that worked with, I don't remember what kind of fuel it used, but yeah, you kind of had to sort of prime it, and it would be, you know, good enough to boil water. So my mom would make pasta, or, you know, really not necessarily meals you would think of doing for camping, but that were made possible with the stove. Your eternal love and brushes. They're really nice. I really like them. I was about to find a spot that had a few on super discount. Alright, now orange cat color. I don't know if it's propane. It could have been, but it's smaller, like it's small canisters that you attach to the little Coleman camping stove. Looks like I have at some point in my watch history. I'm gonna That's their line specifically for watercolor. Rosette does have a couple more, but Breeze is so far the best. It's Stream. Or is Breeze a different one? But I like the shape of the tip, like it's kind of full, but also pointed, so you don't run out of paint too quickly, and you can work details with a somewhat larger brush. They're also a bit counterintuitive in sizing. Like this is a size 2. I have a size 6 and it looks huge. I love silver black velvet. Yeah, they have beautiful brushes. They're a bit softer and a bit more expensive, but also they're part natural hair, part synthetic hair too. So it really depends on if you want a fully synthetic brush or a, you know, mix. But they're also really good. Stream, yes. Breezes too. Plus there is I love the names. I am disappointed that my Velvet Touch long rounds keep getting bent, even though I'm crazy careful with them. Need a better synthetic with a really sharp point. The sharpest synthetic I've tried is the Escoda Perla, but I
can't stand... Oh, I'm the other way. I really like white bristles. I don't know why. They never stay white, mind you. You use them with phthalo blue once and pff, done. Done and gone. But I'm trying to think of a synthetic that keep their point really well. Like I'm trying to figure out ones that I've used for a significant period of time so that I can impart. They stain and look gross. I don't mind. I like stain brush because it means it's been used. Though I would probably prefer if there was a way to sort of color code stuff. Like if you have a brush with black bristle, it's meant to be like synthetic squirrel or squirrel or something. And if it's, you know, the brown bristles, it's meant to be synthetic Galinsky. And then white could be something else. I got myself Princeton, Aqua Elite, and Velvet Touch. So far not disappointed in both. Though, like, Aqua Elite a tidbit more. I really like the way Aqua Elites... Those are orange bristles, right? About brown. Brown orange. I don't think the Aqua Elite comes in a long round. Really sharp point. I'll keep it in mind, but just like that. I mean, you're in the US. Perhaps you could look into Treccle's protégé synthetic brushes. I haven't painted with mine a lot, but it's one heck of a sharp point. It is really, really sharp. Do you guys have any brushes made of actual fur? If so, do they work better? I use natural hair brushes mostly, and I definitely prefer them. What do you prefer about them? Also, if I catch any of you guys using natural hair brushes with acrylics, I'm gonna walk over there and kick you in the butt. Personally. Unacceptable. It's not necessarily that they work better, it's really a matter of what do you need from a brush. Like, what kind of performance do you need from your brushes? And depending on that, they might align more with one type of brushes rather than the other, or neither, and you can just wing it. I don't like the idea of animals being harmed, so I've only tried synthetic. Well, I mean, synthetic nowadays, we have such awesome options in terms of synthetic bristles. They might not exactly be like the natural hairs, but I mean, they're still really, really good. And depending on how you paint, what you paint, you might not need anything else than synthetic brushes. The way that they disperse paint. I think I have my two main colors figured out for the painting. So the outfit, the robe is one of these two. And the cat is some of these. That's fair, but microplastics. Do microplastic brushes, do they shed a lot of microplastics? Yeah, natural hair got a lot more expensive because they decided to become a bit more strict with the way, with like the laws and the regulations for natural hair for brushes. But at the same time, I think in places like possibly China, they don't have the same laws, or they don't care, or it's whatever. But you can find natural hair brushes for really cheap. I don't know if they're good, but they exist. Synthetic for details is great, yeah. Synthetic for acrylics is amazing. I think the disbursement of paint is more on the paint components, not the brush per se. It's difficult. The only thing I can really impart is that I feel like natural hair and its synthetic counterpart, the natural hair will always be a bit softer and less bouncy. Calligraphy brushes are a cheap way to try some natural hair brushes, but you can almost be certain they are yeah, that's the thing. That's a bit painful. Hey, Lana! Hello! Hey, Craig Raven, hello! Hi from UK. I try to use synthetic mostly, but I do have some Chinese brushes that are synthetic. Some of them are really good, but others just shed. Yeah, that's a thing too. Oh, some cheap brushes are just depressing. Like, oh, if you're gonna bother making a brush out of this, can you at least crimp it properly or glue it properly or something? Come on. What's the topic today? I did draw a thing, but it's sort of drying now. I'm not sure if it's fully dry. That's the one thing that I never quite know. Let's do another tissue test. It's no longer shedding any ink. I could try to paint it. There's just a bit of time left technically to the stream, but why not? I wish they made natural hair brushes that didn't harm the animal. I would even use You know what I picked up from eBay? A set of 3 Da Vinci Casanova for under $30. What kind of a bristle is the Casanova one? Is it? Oh, did you mean Casaneo? And autocorrect. Gotcha. Cat hair I can tolerate, but brush hair. Oh, like Robin Hood. I said, oh, yeah. It turned out to be a bit more Robin Hood than I thought, because that was not my idea going in, but it's Adventure Cat with a bow. I bet Adventure Cat has good name. I hope they do. I've heard about someone who makes brushes from their dog's hair. I'm drilling over Da Vinci Casanova. I don't know why I find that so funny. I think it's supposed to be Casaneo, right? I don't think Da Vinci has a Casanova range. I think goat hair doesn't harm the animal, but I don't really know. Or it's like the ones they make out of boar bristles.
I don't feel like pigs or boars are particularly furry, so I don't know how they manage that. Ugh. I really enjoy the Princeton aqua elites. The aqua elites are synthetic though, aren't they? Aren't as nice as Kalinsky or Red Sable, but they handle better than most synthetic I've tried. Yeah. I'm a fan of the brushes inside of the Van Gogh sets. Do you mean the little travel ones? They're quite nice. Darn it. I'm not really used to English keyboard. Escoda Versatile. I don't remember which one is the natural hair, which one is the synthetic. Oops, it's not... I don't think it's fully ready to be inked yet. I'm picking up just a little bit of ink. Let's just not mess it up, right? I can paint it later. That's the one thing that's a bit tricky. Usually when I do a sketch like that and I use the Pentel pocket brush pen, I like to ink it and then at least let it sit up for the whole night or longer. But it's really not the most efficient one for like quickly drawing and then painting something. I've seen other waterproof pens dry faster. Escoda Versatile are synthetic and amazing. Okay. I get confused with all of their name for the ranges. I remember what the Perla is because the name is kind of easy to attach to the synthetic white bristles, and then the Casaneo because I've used them a bit, but for all the other ranges I'm just like which one is what, like Cosmotop, how to word anyway that. Hey Dominic, hello. Rosemary and Co. also do a great synthetic range called Red Dot. I saw that as Red Hot first, and I was like, that's a cool name for it. But and you have you make sure the lacquer on the handle is bright red. What's the star brand, Lena? Not in Germany, but always good to know, right? My favorite brushes for watercolor, I don't really have any, that's the thing. I usually go through phases. But it's not necessarily a conscious thought process. If I use a brush and it works well and I don't... Like, I will notice if a brush doesn't really work for me, but if it works, I don't really notice that it works. I just keep using it. I've been testing out these from Rosa, the Streams one. But I haven't, extensively, I haven't tried them a lot, basically. I need a brush that can do details and slightly larger areas, and that is somewhat easy to rinse. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but with bigger brushes, especially natural hair ones, it can be so tricky to rinse them properly, especially if you've used them with like phthalo blue. You will try to like paint something phthalo blue and then paint something yellow, and your yellow will come out green for so much time. And you try to rinse it and rinse it and rinse it, and it still comes off green. So that's something that really bothers me. I'm living in Australia, so everything is so expensive. I think everything is expensive everywhere, to be honest. I'm in Canada, and things are pricey here too. Shipping is so bad. Oh, but I mean, even shipping for things that are close to you, like things from Japan, shouldn't be so bad. It's been a while indeed, Dominic. Hey, Lewis, hello. Hello, hello. eBay is a great place to look for art supplies. I really like the idea of purchasing vintage natural hair brushes. If you want to try natural hair brushes, you can sometimes find them on sites like eBay for a decent-ish price. But to buy brand new natural hair that's difficult. The 8 is 17 on Blick, $20, almost twice the price. Oof. But I mean, if it works better, right? That's the thing, though. Hello, hola, bonjour. Oh, for real, Ev, they hold so much, but it's so annoying. It bothers me so much. I haven't had that issue with the Rosa Stream one, but every time I need to paint with a larger brush, I always regret it because I forget. I don't do it often, so I forget that it's impossible to rinse them well. And you have to get up and go to the sink and wash them thoroughly with the, the little, not just the soap, but the little disc thingies are dishes that have like spikes on them to really clean a brush. And even then you might still pick up. The funniest thing to me is having a brush that cleans up clear on my paper towel, and I'm done painting, so I go to wash it thoroughly at the sink, and I take out the master's brush soap. And you wet the brush and you swirl it a few times in the brush soap, and it instantly comes out with like a bunch of colors that were still in the brush but were attached in the brush, and you're like, oh my gosh, what? Where does that come from? Where can you find good Daniel Smith deals? Oh, oh, that's such a good question. I don't know. I don't think I've ever really seen a good Daniel Smith deal. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but at the same time, it's a tiny bit funny. I have a feeling that prices in America are going to get a lot more expensive with the tariffs. I will still buy from. Now I want new roses. Oh no! I even love Michael's. I've had really good experiences with super cheap brushes, and expensive. It's more. I feel like the price of a brush is not necessarily indicative of the performance you'll get from it, which is annoying. But I use a paint puck glued on the side of a. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, Star Brands synthetic brushes are pretty good. Oh, that's a really good idea, Laura. That's really good. Let's see for the smaller quarter-sized pans set to try them out. That's what I did and figured out which colors I want. And you can order that card too. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I love Princeton just for the way the handles felt. I love Princeton. I love their snap. They're synthetic ones. They're really handy for a bunch of things. The only natural hair ones I have are Hackey brushes. That's goat, I think.
Bonjour F, comment ça va? Ça va bien, ça va bien. Have you tried a size 2 quill? I think that when I had Casaneos, I had the smallest quill, a 0 or a 2. But I was sort of really annoyed that they lost their point really quickly when I would use them, so I stopped using them. I think I still have them, they're just in storage. Some of the Temu brushes are not bad. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with AliExpress or Temu, is that you know, some of the stuff they sell in there is the same stuff you'd find in your store. The only difference is the price. But then again, you don't know what is going to be what. Nowhere, not even in Seattle, can you get a deal on Daniel Smith. It's... Oh. Daniel Smith is tantamount to a pseudo lump. What is that? I was hoping for good news. Well, I mean, perhaps the only good news is that Daniel Smith is local to you, so you shouldn't see any particular price increase on them from tariffs. Maybe? Ah. I live a few hours from the DS factory, and no cheaper here. Daniel Smith are lovely though. That said, I've recently invested in Roman Schmal and I love them too. Yeah. I mean, the paints, the Daniel Smith paints, great paints. Their only flaw, in my opinion, is like just the paints. We're talking just the paints. Is that they don't really use any kind of humectant in them, which on its own it's not really an issue, but it makes it so some pigments will dry really hard and they can be difficult to keep in a palette because the colors will detach and go all over the place. Like ultramarine blue or burnt sienna. But that's the only kind of annoyance I have with the paints themselves. I think I use Amazon to get Daniel Smith made, but you have to keep... Though, watch out, Amazon is the #1 place to get swindled into buying fake paints, like dupes, that are not good. That or wait for liquidation deals. Oh yeah, that too. Ugh. But how my quill is so nice with the dip and in use with... I have no idea. Maybe that's the ones I got. Or maybe I'm mixing them up. Très bien, je suis contente que ça... Ah, c'est gentil, merci. Et toi, ça va bien? I heard Temu stuff can be contaminated. I mean, I think Temu, like, it really depends on what you buy. I wouldn't buy electronics from there. I feel like that's seeking trouble. Not local, remember, I live in Puerto Rico. Well, I mean, I didn't know, like, I don't know just how much shipping to any state and then shipping to Puerto Rico, I don't know how much of a difference there is. Oh, I meant lumpy. Oh, I don't mind rambling about Daniel Smith, but you guys are probably fed up with it by now. So, Amazon has also bad prices. Yeah, same. I mean, Canadian Amazon never has good prices on anything, mind you. But yeah, with art supplies, you have to be extra careful. If a deal is too good, it's probably not the real thing. It's crafts. What? Ça va un petit peu mais. Oh. Aw. Oh, Yatscraft. That's the name of the shop on Etsy. I was curious for a second. I was like, that's such a weird... that's such a weird name. I at least trust Amazon to do return. Yeah, that's the one thing. They don't really, unless you have a really bad history with it, they don't really fight you for returns. And they do it quickly. Temu or AliExpress are good for scrapbooking stuff, but that's about only thing I ever got there. Plus Bahong. Yeah, the Bahong paper is at a really good price over there. Stuff like, empty pans. They started having pans with magnets integrated in the pans. And it's like, well, that's really cool. That's something that I think would be really useful. But there are other things like clothing. I would probably not really go there for it. Definitely nothing like that. No makeup, no products, nothing. But yeah, for sort of inert stuff that you cannot really find anywhere else, or that is available elsewhere but at such a high markup. That's the thing, like, people are not made of money. Best to use a respected art supply shop than Amazon. I heard someone say that Blick, not Blick, it's Cheap Joe's that's closing, I think. Whoop whoop. I thought it was Jerry's Artorama. No, it's Cheap Joe's. Oh, and Joanne's too. If Blick is closing, I will cry. Oh. Beware buying a ton of paper. I was watching Theo do... Oh yeah, that's the thing. Unless you go through paper really, really fast, I wouldn't stock up on paper too much. Because it goes bad. So, unless you plan on using it really quickly, you're just going to spend money for something that will go bad. You can use paper that has gone bad for maybe swatches or stuff like that, but it's really difficult to use it for painting. It has such a different behavior than paper that is properly sized. I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure that there's not a soul in this community that desired what's happening with the USA right now. It is so sad. It hasn't been a really easy decade for, little stores and whatnot. But with COVID first and then this, I still have a huge roll of paper I need to cut into. Yeah, get to it. Let's go. Cut. It's honestly, yeah, it's baffling. I try not to get into politics too much. That's not the point here, but yes, it's a lot of stuff is unheard of, at least in a long while. So yeah, I'm sorry, what happened? What is that? What did that person say? When? Oh my gosh. Looking in from Europe, it's hard to believe it's changing so quickly in the US. Yeah, and I mean, there's stuff going on all over, like, not necessarily all bad stuff, but it's really, like, good luck opening a news website and not stumbling upon something that will make you stop and go, what? Oh shoot, how long does a block of rough ash last? It's still wrapped on open. It should be fine for a bit. It's kind of difficult because there's not really any way to measure out how or when paper will go bad. If it's wrapped, that's the best chance you can give it. But once you open it, I would try to
use it up in a timely fashion. Doesn't have to be super duper quick, but it's difficult. I've had really old paper that was still good. I've had relatively new paper that was bad. So it's difficult. The mess in Europe is also weird to look at. It is. Though I gotta say, I was not that I'm particularly French, but I was happy to see France put Marine Le Pen in jail. Rip Bozo, as they say. Like, yay! Finally, someone did something. I do, however, get tired of Apple. I mean, yeah, it's not. I mean, you didn't do it; they did it, and Trump. Oh yeah, there should be an age cap on being in politics. We would lose some really good ones, but we would also lose some really terrible ones. So I think it's a fair trade-off. Like within a year, maybe. Yeah, that sounds fair. We did. Yeah, that was another weird one. And any AU. Yeah. Did you guys? I don't know if you guys heard, but is there any other Canadian in the chat, or am I the only one? But we had to vote for our government, like the country's government, not too long ago, like a week ago. No, this week. It was on Monday. And it was really funny because if you go back a couple of months, the Conservatives were predicted to win, and that's not great. But then the Conservative Party decided to kind of support Trump just a bit too much, and it had kind of a big reaction to sort of walk away from the Conservatives and vote more for the Liberals. And also they switched up the Liberals, they changed the leader, which was something that people were fed up with. So all in all, an election that was predicted to go for the Conservative Party completely flipped and went for the Liberals. So I'm glad for that, at least. Like, it was so over the top with Trump that it pushed our election in a slightly better direction. For real, I'm for age cap too, because the super old ones are often not fit to decide for all population, because they're so far away from youth and the reality of life. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you don't, like, for every Bernie Sanders adjacent person, you have Trumps and Bidens. So I mean, like 70. Like, what's the official age for retiring? Like 65, 70? I don't know. Should be for politicians too. I hope I didn't make things political. It's just been wearing me down. So I'm in good friends though. So we show. Sorry. Poor Adventure Cat is forgotten. It's not forgotten, it's not dry yet. There's a big, I don't know if you can see, but there's a smudge smear next to his nose. So I don't want to make more of a mess. Especially if it was a darker cat, it wouldn't show. But with an orange cat, it's going to show. I don't know how much into details I can go, but we had some nice development. Oh yeah, I saw that. That was good. That was good. That's a good one. This morning, Trump... No way. No. Did he? Oh, did he? Oh, that was so bad. Should any politicians? No, absolutely not. My opinion is that they should not. I think a full government made of cats would do better than the current one. It would still be a big old mess, but At least it would be a cute mess, right? I saw a bit of the stuff Trump did on purpose or not at the Pope's funeral, and I was just like, dude, you gotta choose your battles, and you're doing it. You've been doing it very terribly. Like he yelled at Zelensky for doing the interview in his quote unquote army outfit, war outfit. That was my stomach, I apologize. In his war outfit instead of a suit. But at least Zelensky had the presence of mind to show up properly dressed at the funeral of the Pope and wear black, not navy. Oh my god. And how Trump and the First Lady were the only ones to step on the carpet under the Pope's coffin. Like all these little things that you're like, dude, oh come on, it's not hard. You don't have to go against everything. Like there are things you can follow the general rules of behavior for, you know. Hey, doodad, hello. A government of cats would be chaos, but an improvement. Yeah, pretty much. That was a joke. Yeah, it was. Oh, that interview with Zelensky was so uncomfortable. It's possible for an animal to be voted in. I remember a news article about a golden retriever. I remember that one too. And in Japan, you have cats with jobs, like train station cats. So why not? And his wife too. Yeah, at some point, I think Trump appeared to be texting during the funeral, and even the wife looked at him and was like, "Are you freaking serious right now? Dude, come on." Oh, yeah, that interview was... I felt so bad, and I don't have any personal, like, blood in the game, quote unquote. And I was just like, it was unbearable. Like, oh. Yeah, that was. Then again, we had a somewhat good one when Macron was there and was a bit somewhat condescending to Trump. That was nice to see. But yeah, whoo-wee. Mental health cat, my local... Oh, that's awesome! Therapy cats! Oh, dude. In my opinion, every cat is a therapy cat, but I know what you mean. Tama. Hey, Keep, hello! What Tama are we at? I know they had Tama, then they had Nitama. And I don't know if they are further along the Tama. But I love it so much. There was a video of... I think it's... I don't remember which one, but I remember it's a tricolor cat. And there's a man holding her and she's all dressed up. And she's so angry. She is not happy. She's not fighting. She's not wriggling free. But she's making her discontent known really loudly. And that made me laugh so much. I was like, oh, cats are the best thing ever. I love them so much. Patients can hold them while they're in... Oh, I'm so glad I get to be here and chat with artists from other countries. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like it. It's a little a place to take a breather. I think it's Nitama, the second Tama. Bailey was a very... Aww. If it is stray cat too, I've called her... Aww. Is she very feral, Laura, or is she like friendly? I have a visitor that's mostly feral, and it's just, I'm like, come on, I just want to be your friend. Let me help you. And he's like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with you. I don't mind cats, but humans, just give me the food. And I'm like, okay, one day maybe I'll get to it. Cats are the best, the little hat and they bring even cuter. It was so funny to see her be so angry at the events going on, but not actually all that angry, because if she wanted out, she would have clawed her way out, but she was just like not happy. I can this mandate maple syrup as, oh dude. No, she's not 100% feral. The family that left her behind had her so clean and with the color. Oh, it's a bummer that they had to leave her. Now she wanders our neighborhood, and I'm hoping she'll cave in. Oh, I hope so. Would you take her in if she wanted to? And other people just gotta run. Hey, have a great weekend, Sean. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm about to end things anyway, so I hope you have a great weekend and fun art times this weekend. If you guys are not familiar with it, we have a Discord server where you can share your art, share your thoughts, chat about things, food, whatever. So it's free, it's easy to set up, and you can find the link in the description too. So if that's something you feel you would enjoy, you can join up, and we would be really happy to have you. Oh yeah, your boys are neutral. That's perfect. If she's okay with other cats, that would be so lovely. Fingers crossed. We need more of that kind of happy stories in general. I don't think they did. They left all of a sudden. Yeah, and you can't all of a sudden bring pets along for moves and whatnot, especially to a different country. You have paperwork to fill up and all that, so oh, that's so sad. Though I'm glad the kitty has you to take care of her, though. That's good. And yeah, thank you so much everyone for being here today. Again, it's been super fun. I'm sorry I couldn't paint this guy. Perhaps next time I will try to prepare a sketch in advance so I'm not stuck waiting, or perhaps find a pen that dries faster. That would also work. But yeah, so it was really fun to sketch this and ink it with you guys, and I'll try to paint it and share the finished painting on Instagram possibly. But yeah, I'll also put the supplies I've used in the description. I wasn't quite sure of what I was going to use, so I didn't put it beforehand, but now that I know what I did use, I will add it in the description. And again, we have a Discord, free to join, really fun, and I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you for being here today, and yeah, see ya all in the next one. Bye bye.